I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue, the antidote to panel games. At the piano is Colin Sell, and your chairman is Jack Dee.
Hello and welcome to I'm Sorry I Haven't a Clue. You join us this week in Scarborough on the North Yorkshire coast. Although there was a settlement here from the Iron Age, the town was only really established in 996 by the Viking Tustig. 2 years later, it was burnt down by his half-brother Lansig. After being rebuilt, it was burnt down by Tustig's uncle, King Harold. Rebuilt again, the town was then burnt down by Tustig's cousin Sandvik. And sure enough, Tustig and his family were arrested for insurance fraud. In 1746, supporters of Bonnie Prince Charlie were imprisoned in Scarborough Castle, including the Jacobite Malcolm MacGregor, who was locked away with his Highland Terrier. In January 1747, a bribed prison guard unlocked MacGregor and told him to take his dog and flee to the docks. MacGregor and the dog boarded a ship, but they wouldn't let the flea on. Now in ruins, Scarborough Castle was destroyed by the infamous German naval bombardments of December 1914, which also affected Hartlepool, where over 10,000 high-explosive shells landed in one night, causing nearly £7 worth of damage. Scarborough's North Bay is home to Pizone Park, a Japanese-style pleasure park and lake. The Japanese lake is used to reenact World War II naval battles with model warships. There were also model aircraft, but last December they suddenly flew off to the south and attacked Poole Harbour. Because of its historic sea routes, Scarborough has close ties with Germany and joined in the celebrations of the 20th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall. Scarborough's mayor was pleased to welcome visitors from the former East Germany, including several balding, overweight, middle-aged men proudly displaying the Olympic medals they won in the 1976 ladies' 100 metres freestyle. The Moors village of Moulton holds the largest farmers' market in the north, selling a wonderful array of freshly produced keep out and no trespassing signs. As a popular seaside resort, Scarborough was this year voted England's most visitor-friendly town, bringing dishonour to a previously unblemished Yorkshire record. Let's meet the teams. On my left, Barry Cryer and Jeremy Hardy. And on my right, Tim Brooke-Taylor and Joe Brand. And ever hopeful for a good score this evening, please welcome the delightful Samantha. Well, we begin with a round about chat-up lines and how to turn them down. Tim has a brilliant one-liner which puts off advances from groupies. Whenever he's approached with a question, "Aren't you Tim Brooke-Taylor from the Goodies?" he swiftly quips, "Yes, I am." Okay, so I've been supplied with a selection of popular chat-up lines to which I'd like the teams to suggest guaranteed put-downs. First one here is for you, Tim. Can you come up with one for this? "I think I could make you very happy."
Great, and shut the door behind you.
Jeremy, here's one for you. "How did you get to be so beautiful?"
Standing next to ugly people.
How about this, Barry? "I have only 3 months to live."
I'll wait.
And Joe, "What sign were you born under?"
A no entry sign.
Back to you, Tim. "If I could rearrange the alphabet, I would put you and I together."
That's funny. I'd put F and O together. Nothing personal.
Jeremy, if you were ice cream and I were hot chocolate, I'd pour all my love onto you.
How do you fancy crushed nuts?
Barry, do you have a map? Because I keep getting lost in your eyes.
You'll be at home in one of them. I've got a sty in it.
Finally, Joe, was that an earthquake or did you just rock my world?
No, I just farted.
Well, here are some chat-up lines for any of you to turn down. Oh my God, I thought I was gay, then I met you.
I thought I was straight and then I met you.
Did the sun come out or did you just smile at me?
No, I just had a stroke.
If women were flowers, you'd be the one I'd pick.
You might be bindweed, but I'm not going to pull you off.
There's another one, here's the last one. Are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see.
Are you from Scunthorpe?
It's music time now with the game called One Song to the Tune of Another. Piano accompaniment will be provided by Colin Sell. Incidentally, you may be interested to know that Colin was once invited to produce albums for the Smiths in Manchester before being headhunted by the Snappy Snaps in Wigan. Well, we'll start with you, Barry. I'd like you to sing the words of Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf to the tune of Durham Town.
Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Big bad wolf, big bad wolf. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Tra-la-la-la-la-la. Long ago there were 3 pigs, little handsome piggy wigs, for the big bad, very bad wolf. They didn't give 3 figs. Number 1 was very gay, and he built his house in hay. With a hey toot he blew on his flute, and he played around all day.
Well, it's you now, Joe, and I'd like you to sing the words of I Will Survive to the tune of My Favourite Things.
It's not as easy as it sounds, Joe.
Thanks for your support, Jeremy.
I shall wear it always.
First I was afraid, I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong. I grew strong. I learned how to carry on, and so you're back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. I should have changed my stupid lock. I should have made you leave. Oh, no. I rewrote the song myself some years ago. I put in, sorry, Jack.
I didn't even notice. Had you not mentioned it, Joe?
Oh, come on, it is my first night. I thought it did well to get through the first verse. Oh, it was going well,
number
wasn't
one
it?
It was great. I closed my eyes. It was like being on Britain's Got Talent.
Yes, I do know where I am.
Okay.
Scarborough. Yeah. made you leave your key. If I had known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me, go on now, walk out the door, just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? You think I'd crumble, you think I'd lay down and die. No, not I will survive.
Well done, Joe. Thank you very much. Well, finally, Jeremy, I'd like you to sing the words of Papa's Got a Brand New Bag to the tune of Scarborough Fair.
Okay.
Come here, sister, Papa's in the swing. He ain't too hip about that brand new babe. He ain't no drag, Papa's got a brand new bag. Come here, Mama, and dig this crazy scene. He's not too fancy, but his line is pretty clean. He ain't no drag, Papa's got a brand new bag. He's doing the jerk, he's doing the fly. Don't play him cheap, 'cause you know he ain't shy. He's doing the monkey, the mashed potatoes. Jump back, Jack, see you, alligator. Come here, sister, Papa's in the swing. He ain't no drag, he's got a brand new bag.
Thank you, Jeremy. There you go. It swings and roundabouts, isn't it? You know, some people are born with natural singing voices, and some people are born with normal-sized noses. Sorry, it's a bad example. Well, this next round is all about unusual medical conditions. I'm pleased to report that Barry was recently given the all clear after a health scare. He'd been so worried his hair went black overnight. Okay, so we'll start with you, Tim and Joe. You're suffering from an unusual medical complaint and have just been called for your appointment with doctors Barry and Jeremy. You must outline your symptoms to them, and they will be awarded points based on how accurately they're able to diagnose your condition. The identity of your complaint is now being displayed to our theatre audience via the plasma display screen. For listeners at home, here's the mystery voice.
Tim and Joe think they're Christmas trees. Tim and Joe think they're Christmas trees.
Hello, Doctor.
Good morning.
Come in.
Morning.
Just pop your things off and put your legs up on the mantelpiece.
Put your clothes over there on top of mine. How long have you been suffering from this?
Ooh,
About a week, isn't
about a
it?
week.
About a week. Both of you. This.
Yes.
Yeah, we both got it.
Yeah.
Both got
What
it.
are the main symptoms you've been suffering from?
Well, we can't sit down.
We keep getting pins and needles.
Anything else at all?
Oh, I can't get enough bling.
Pins and needles and bling.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh!
We're not unhappy, are we?
No. When people come into the room, we light up.
Yeah. What really gets us is when people say we're false, we're not the real thing.
But sometimes we get a bit down and we have to sit in a bucket.
Yeah, we do.
I think it's to do with this time of year, isn't it?
Well, that's one of the problems.
It's seasonal. It's seasonal.
It's a seasonally affected disorder,
Yeah,
isn't it?
after Christmas, we always get thrown out, which is unfair.
Yeah, we get thrown out on the street. We don't like it, do we?
No, we don't, no. We're pining for home.
Anything to do with your family tree?
We think we're a...
Christmas tree.
Correct.
Very good, well done. OK, your turn to be patients, Barry and Jeremy, and you've just been summoned into the surgery of Dr. Joe and Dr. Tim. The identity of your mystery medical condition will now be displayed to the audience via the laser display board, while here again is the mystery voice for listeners at home.
Barry and Jeremy think they're a pair of curtains. Barry and Jeremy think they're a pair of curtains.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
No, you can put your pants back on.
We haven't got much time, so what seems to be the problem?
It's a bit of an embarrassing thing, really. It's kind of an identity thing. Night times are okay.
Nights are all right, yeah. We feel very close at night.
We're always together at night, although sometimes we look a bit drawn then, don't we?
Yeah, we do. yeah.
But then it all goes wrong in the morning. It's like someone's in between us, pulling us apart.
Yeah, I know, it's just... It's awful.
Do you feature famously in any Doctor jokes?
Well, you could... Oh, is that the Invisible Man? I've had a particular crisis.
Oh,
well,
yes.
I came off the tracks completely.
Did you?
And I just collapsed on the floor.
Oh, it was awful.
And then you couldn't really help, could you?
No, I was stuck on the other side, you know.
I mean,
You don't
I'd just
look-
say it's not as bad as you're describing. Just think you could go blind.
Well, actually, one of the problems is that we've been having trouble keeping ourselves clean, and then someone just took us in the garden and beat the hell out of us.
Yes.
But we managed to get back up there.
Yeah,
and
we keep hanging in there.
Yeah.
Has anyone tried saying pull yourself together?
I think it might be curtains for both of you.
And now they say in this business that if you want a great show, get a great title. For example, think of Michael Burke's Radio 4 programme called The Choice, where he interviews people who have made life-altering decisions. A moral dilemma is outlined, while the listener is drawn irresistibly to the choice. Wash the car or go to the shops. OK. Now, I'd like the teams to take the part of continuity announcers trailing radio or TV programmes which have been chosen purely on the basis of a catchy title. Tim.
Later on Sky One, a programme exploring the claims that a small amount of alcohol can have an even more helpful effect than Viagra. With absinthe makes the part grow longer.
Barry.
Coming up on Channel 4, spiky-haired celebrity chef Gary Rhodes presents his definitive guide to pancake making. That's the complete tosser after the break.
Joe.
Later on, we see a group of lumberjacks trying to predict how much will fly off a log when they cut it. The chipping forecast. Is that good to get a groan like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes, very much.
I'm quite pleased with it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Jeremy.
9 p.m. on Channel 4, Gok 1 helps you disguise the bags under your eyes in How to Look Good Knackered.
Later on, we see nurses competing to deal with pus-filled boils in Strictly Come Lancing.
On Channel 4 tomorrow, a post-apocalyptic makeover programme in which Gok 1 advises on how to deal with the aftermath of an atomic bomb in How to Look Good Nuked.
Our Eskimo boating series continues with a guide to wood-burning stoves in Have Your Kayak and Heat It.
Next on BBC 4, rare footage of a legendary concert at the North Pole's only prison, Cash in the Arctic.
Later on tonight, a documentary in which my husband and I star, and we talk about our longest night of love. Just a minute.
A minute, blimey.
Tomorrow on BBC 2, a new cookery programme for cannibals, One Foot in the Gravy. And tomorrow morning, Woman's Hour moves to television and becomes PMTV.
Later, I hear how the French philosophy has been banned in Scandinavia in "Don't put Descartes before the North."
All finished, teams?
Oh, professionally,
Actually,
yes.
I've been. In actual fact, that wasn't a question. Our next round is a musical game called Karaoke Koki, and it combines the delights of the modern karaoke with the choreography of that old wartime classic, the hokey koki. And back in the 1940s, you put your left leg in, you put your right leg in, was a familiar refrain whenever Douglas Bader packed his suitcase. In this round, Colin Sell will play a short introduction to a well-known tune, which the audience should hum for the teams to guess. And the first team to buzz in and identify the tune will win points. If the team is wrong, the audience must start again from where they left off, and so on until someone gets it right. Musical assistance will be provided by Colin Sell. Okay, audience, the title of your first song will now be relayed to you via the plasma display screen. And for listeners at home, here's the mystery voice.
It's not unusual. It's not unusual.
So, fingers on buzzers, teams. Would you please start us off, Colin? Joe, is it?
I didn't know there were any killer bees in Scarborough.
It slightly lacks substance. Can you just say, just residents of Scarborough who are not currently on antibiotics? Would you please hum, and Colin, could you play them in again? Jeremy?
It's Smack My Bitch Up by The Prodigy.
It isn't, no. It's not quite right.
I stood up there, Jack. I thought it was the Bolivian national anthem.
Maybe we should have a volunteer to help us with this. I think it's... because it is quite difficult. Anyone prepared to volunteer?
What, to sing on their own?
Yes, Joe, not you, though.
No, I think I do know what it is. Well, I know.
Well, what do you think it is, then?
Is it? It's not unusual,
Yes,
Jack?
it is, yes. I think we have try one more, because Joe now understands the idea that if you know it, you actually say. So here's a final song going up on the laser display board, and here's the mystery voice for our listeners at home.
Model of a modern Major General. Model of a modern Major General.
So, Colin, an introduction, please. Barry.
Is it the Laughing Policeman?
Reduce it down again. I think we'll just have...
Could I just ask the audience to try and take this seriously? Because music is my life.
Let's just have people who are secretly thinking of leaving their partner. On the count of 3 now. 1, 2, 3. Would anyone be prepared to give us a rendition of this, a volunteer? See, what you did there was shout out the answer. Another clue is the answer is model of a modern Major General.
Oh.
Thank you anyway. Thank you for joining in like that. Thank you very much. You ruined that round. Well, it is very nearly the end of the show, but we do just have time to squeeze in a film club of interest to the motor trade. By the way, we should remind listeners that the car scrappage scheme ends in March, so we've only 3 months left to take advantage of the government cash subsidy to encourage us to trade in older cars and help save the Japanese motor industry. Okay, I'll ask the teams to suggest films likely to be popular with an audience of motor mechanics. Jeremy, can you start, please?
The Passion of the Chrysler.
Barry.
Forest Sump.
Tim.
Greece.
Joe.
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Combustion.
Brake pads at Tiffany's.
The Lexus Chainsaw Massacre.
Clutch Cassidy and the Sundance Skid.
In Graham's honour, bring me the head gasket of Alfredo Garcia.
My Fair Larder.
4x4 weddings and a funeral.
Pride and Furry Dice. That's near enough, isn't it?
Daewoo of a Jackal.
Mrs. Backfire.
Daewoo at the races. The Daewoo the earth stood still. A Daewoo in the death of Joe Egg. The Daewoo after tomorrow.
Where's your gong, Jack, for God's sake?
Herbie goes for his annual service. Herbie fails his MOT. Herbie needs extensive welding because of rust on the underside.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, as the gentle donkey of time is led into the tranquil Bethlehem of hope before having its ears blown off by the Israeli army of eternity. I notice it's the end of the show, so from the team, Samantha, myself, and the good people of Scarborough, it's goodbye. Goodbye!
Barry Pryor, Jeremy Hardy, Tim Brooke-Taylor and Joe Brand have been given Silly Things to Do by Jack Dee, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme consultant was Ian Pattinson, and the producer was John Naismith.